Truly, His mercies endure forever. Whatever the state of this world, whatever the state of society, as we journey through these 40 days of Lent, let us never forget His mercies endure forever. It is sad because one of the diseases that the Bible continues to show is the disease of leprosy. A leper is one who has become insensitive. Because one of the problems of this sickness is that it attacks the nervous system. Kaya nga, hindi na pa nararamdaman ng isang taong may ketong na kinakain na pala ang kanyang balat, ang kanyang laman, at hindi pa niya nararamdaman. At unti-unting naaagnas, nawawala ang kanyang buhay. It's a problem of sensitivity. Leprosy, spiritually, is also the same way. We have come to a point like what Israel has declared in the prophet Jeremiah today, where the people say, everything's all right. We have seen this, and it says there, you will have peace. Whereas, it says, sword touches your heart. Yung pala, ang kakagulo na. Because it says, the prophet continues to say, my people are foolish because they have no understanding. They have failed to feel. As we look at the gospel today, we see today Jesus Christ talking about life and death. We know that in the end of this journey of Lent, we will come to the resurrection. But will it be a resurrection of life, or will it be a resurrection of judgment? Not that God will judge us, or Christ even. It is a judgment by our lack of response to the things of God. Because one of the characteristics of death, which is symbolic of people who have stopped moving and trying. You know, living water, according to the Jews, is water that flows. Kaya nga, ang Dead Sea ay tinatawag na Dead Sea. Dahil pasok ng pasok ang tubig, pero hindi lumalabas. Walang pagdaloy, walang pag-agos. Living water is water that moves. A dead water is stagnant water. When we come to our lives, when we feel that ayoko nang subukan pa, okay na ako dito, kontento na ako. When we stop even trying, we become stagnant and death ensues. But another characteristic of death is a loss of feeling. A dead person does not feel anything. And we, many times, have that spiritual leprosy. When we are so insensitive to the things around us, even to the voice of God in our hearts. That is why today in Hebrews, we are always reminded, today, if you hear His voice, harden not your hearts. Use the heart of flesh, the living heart that God has placed in us when we received new life. Let that life continue to flow. not death. Let us continue to be sensitive to the things of God. Huwag tayong madaig ng just being stagnant. Because, alam niyo po ba, stagnant water breeds death. When we begin to stop living, stop moving, stop being active spiritually, when we stop praying, when we stop going to church, when we stop the Eucharist, which should be regularly every week, we come together and forsake not the assembly. When we stop taking time for God, we become stagnant in our spirit. And like stagnant water, marami pong kiti-kiti na magbi-breed dyan. It will breed disease. It will breed sickness spiritually. And we will begin to lose. Pag tayo may sakit, ang unang nawawala ay ang ating panggana. We began to lose our appetite and our hunger for the things of God. Lent is a wake-up call to us that we have been given life. And let us come on April 9th to celebrate the resurrection of life, not the resurrection of judgment, because we have become stagnant, because we have become insensitive. We must let the life of Christ continue to flow and to gush forth from our lives. Continue to work spiritually on even the 3 works of mercy. Prayer. Have we become more intensified in our prayer life this Lent? Have we increased our daily dose of prayer in our lives? As the bishop would always say, a daily dose of discernment, because we want to become sensitive. Fasting. Have we fasted on the things that keep us down and take our attention from the more essential things of life? Works of giving to the ones who are in need. Have we been concerned of others? Let these 40 days bring back that gushing life, moving forward, continuing to try, and even if we fail, move on. Let these 40 days continue to bring feeling back to our heart so that we can be the people that will be raised, as Jesus Christ himself said, that even when we come, we will not die. And even when we are dead, we will hear the voice of the Son of God. And those who hear, those who are sensitive, those who are continuing to try and move on, they will live. May we become children of the true resurrection to life. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.